What's better than a flat tire on the road while riding? Nothing. What's better than a flat tire? A little CO2 cartridge. What's better than a little CO2 cartridge, you ask? Little portable pump that weighs nothing, barely larger than a CO2 cartridge. What's better than a little portable pump? I guess we'll find out. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, how are you? This is yours truly, Diabetic Cycling, coming at you once again. This is a channel sponsored by Today's episode is not sponsored by my own damn wallet. It is actually sponsored by the kind of folks at CYCPLUS. They sent me the new and improved version of their original portable pump AS2, and I am gonna go ahead and get those out of some nice little care package, and we will see what they're all about. Okay, so for the sake of comparison, I will keep the original AS2 pump right there, and we'll go ahead, get the pumps out of the original packaging. Right out of the gate, AS2 Pro is slightly smaller than AS2 Pro Max in terms of the product sizing. So we will start with the AS2 Pro. And in there, let's see what we got. Okay, so original box, we'll toss. We have the little literature, toss. Oh, little carrying pouch, which was not included in the original pump. And then we will go ahead, get the box open. Ah, very nice touch. We have a little accessory bundle here, and that is for injecting air into your basketball. We have a little, what is that? That might be like a press start to Schrader type of a conversion type of a deal. Have one of these, and we got a little charging USB cable and a couple other miscellaneous goodies. But most likely you don't even care about any of that. So let's look at, so I'm gonna now show you the side-by-side comparison of. Okay, so in this hand, that is the original AS2. This is the AS2 Pro. So for the sake of comparison, I'll hold them side by side, and you could kind of see it is just ever so slightly larger with the new product. And you may be wondering, why is the new one larger than the old one? All right, so I'm gonna take you through a little bit of difference. So the original pump, if you look at the nozzle right here, it barely protrudes out of the pump itself. Whereas there's about, I wanna say about 5 millimeter of pump nozzle that is sticking out right here. So that is gonna be a little bit easier to manage, but that is not what I'm pumped about this new pump, no pun intended. It has a small LCD window that shows you the amount of air that you are pumping into your tire. So like previously, one of the things that I mentioned about the original pump, I mean, it's portable, it's great, it works great. I mean, for my road tires at about 65 PSI that I need to pump in, because it's tubeless tires that I'm running. I mean, this was giving me about 4 times, about 4.5 full, going from the completely flat tire to the inflated tire. You could do that about 4.5 times with this pump until the battery runs out. But this new guy has LCD. So like with the old pump, I would have to squeeze the tire or do one of these things from the top to kind of feel how full each tire is. So you can't tell if you're injecting 60 psi, you're doing 70 psi, you couldn't tell. But the new one has the LCD on the back, which is awesome. So I'm super pumped about that. And I mean, ever so slight increase in the form factor seems not significant enough. And the weight is, I might bust out a scale for you guys later just to kind of show you the weight. Very nice, very nice. So I am gonna put the AS2 Pro back in the case so that I could bust out and unbox the Pro Max for you. By the way, are they naming these things like the iPhones? It seems like their naming convention comes from Apple's world. So here we go. Again, we have the original box, toss, literature, toss. Comes with the same carrying pouch, nice. And looking at the accessory pack, it's basically the same thing. So I will not go over that again with you. But, oh, this is a chunky boy. All right, so I'm gonna take you back to the original pump. That is the original pump. This is the new pump, AS2 Pro Max. Significant size difference in the two. Weight-wise, yes, definitely heftier. Just as the AS2 Pro, the new pump, this also has the LCD window that is going to show you how much air you are inflating into your tire in the event of a unfortunate flat on the road. So that is that is huge to me. That was the only thing that I complained about when I was showing you this CYCPLUS mini pump in my video. With the new AS2 Pro and AS2 Pro Max with the LCD screen, you can see exactly how much battery you have left and what PSI you are working with. So that is awesome in my opinion, and I will take the two pumps around with me on the road. Hopefully I won't get any flat.
Well, 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 look what we have. Yep, that's not looking so good.
Well, while the having a flat is no good, I am thankfully protected with some tubeless, but the tire is gonna need some air. Luckily, I do have the new CYCPLUS AS2 Pro with me. What better time is it to put this to work? Let's do this. Okay, right now that's set to 80. That's a little too high, so I'm gonna set to 65. Put the pump nozzle there. Okay, once you reach the 65, that's stop. So go ahead, we will shut that down. And oh yeah, that is looking good. All right, well that's as easy as that gets, right? That took less than a minute, you guys. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Really digging the pump. All right, well I'm gonna have to get back home, so I'm gonna see you guys later. But when I do, I'll bust these out and show you guys what they're all about. Also, I'm gonna also run a quick test for you here in the studio to show you how many full inflation we can do with both of the new pumps. Okay, so I am back to share with you a few more things. You just saw me from the other day when I was out riding, and I had a flat maybe only a mile away from getting home. So that sort of sucked, but I had the AS2 Pro, so I was able to inflate the tire, and I cut the GoPro off before I showed you. But basically, once the tire was inflated, I had to spin the wheel so the sealant can do its job, and then I was able to make it home successfully. Now, AS2 Pro, AS2 Pro Max. I just try to show you guys what each of these can do in terms of capacity. How many times can the pump inflate a dead flat tire? So the AS2 Pro, which is the smaller one of the new, failed right after about 4.25, I want to say. I failed to get the gauge reading as it was failing towards the end, but the battery ran out. Now, if you remember, the original CYCPLUS AS2 mini pump was able to do 4.5 times of a 65 PSI. The new one failed after 4.25-ish, reaching 65 PSI. So I would just say it's about at the same level in terms of the inflation, number of times, capacity. So the small increase in size appears to be to support the inner circuitry, to support the LCD and all that, not necessarily the battery getting larger. All right, so the big boy, AS2 Pro Max, I was actually quite shocked. So I used the pump 6 times to go from 0 to 65 PSI, and then as you saw, the pump indicated that it was hot and it stopped working. So what I couldn't show you during the demo was these things get incredibly hot if you misuse it. And when I say misuse it, that is exactly what I try to show you just right now. If you use the pump repeatedly, one after the other, inflation after another inflation, so obviously on the road, why would you use the pump 6 times in a row non-stop? Not gonna happen, right? So this is not normally a problem, but for the sake of the demo, I was going pump, deflate, pump, deflate, pump, deflate. So in that process, the pump never had a chance to properly cool down. Therefore, it shut down after 6 full inflation attempts. And then the battery indicator still had about 2 bars left. So I'm gonna safely say I could probably do 10 times going from 0 to 65 PSI, no problem, if not more. So the big boy, yes, it is a little large. To show you, compared to my iPhone, it's about that size. It's gonna be hefty to carry in your jersey pocket. However, if you're going on some long epic, like what Tyler Pierce, the vegan cyclist, did, of course, he has a support vehicle, so it's not a real life situation. But if you're gonna get stuck in Bolivia for 3 days, non-stop, chance of getting flat is likely. Guess what? One of these up to 10 times going 0 to 65 is gonna be a godsend. If you're on gravel, by the way, where you're gonna run maybe 27, 30 PSI, 40 PSI, well below my 65 on my hookless, tubeless rims, I mean, the big boy AS2 Pro Max is gonna be a godsend. Now, however, I will take I'm gonna take this one in 2 weeks when I have back-to-back century ride with my homies going somewhere epic. I hope to film that and bring that to you, but most of the times I am gonna be happy with my AS2 Pro that gives me upwards of a 4 full inflation of flat tires going from 0 to 65. So that's it. So I am gonna link the website information down below where you could get more information. Also in the link down below, you will see an affiliate link, which is not common on this channel, but I do have an affiliate link for these things. So if you think these are gonna be great for your ride, and if you're gonna buy one, be kind to use my affiliate link and support this channel if you can, and I would appreciate tremendously. All right, that's all I got to say today. I've been Diabetic Cycling. You've been awesome. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and be safe out there, folks. I'm DC, and I'm out.